How to replace Micah?
I figured you'd ask about Micah. Well, first, just kind of thinking back to, a couple months ago, Micah just getting here. Obviously the injury has been talked about, and I think the biggest thing is this. The most important thing, and I said this to the team, for me, the most important thing about being a coach is, one, I want to do everything we can to win, right? That's number one. And then number two is to have your players have personal success. Like that's like what drives me to coach, and I told them that. And unfortunately, injuries are a part of this game, and they're hard. And it's upsetting for that person. It's upsetting for the team, and I certainly feel for Micah. He's a guy that came in here literally like 3 days before we played a game. Didn't even know him. Went training camp all off season, and quickly developed a really good relationship with him. The amount of one-on-one time we spent talking football, just getting to know him, just the amount of respect I have for him and how he came in and worked, and how hard he worked, and how hard he played, and how hard he does play in the run game, in the pass game, the way he strains. I just have so much respect for the guy, and I'm sad for the guy, but at the same time, I know that just knowing who he is, just wait until you guys see how hard he works to come back, how fast he probably comes back, and somehow I probably, if I were a betting man, would bet that he comes back even better and probably breaks the sack record next year. So I'm going to put that on Micah and myself, and you guys can put it out there, and that's the confidence I have in him. But it's certainly sad when anybody gets injured. As far as the team goes, I told them, you can't let circumstance dictate behavior. It's just a week ago we're in here after we beat the Bears, and we're all walking in here all upbeat and ready to roll. And I said, shame on you if you walk in here any different today. That's not who we are, right? And that's our job as leaders and as coaches to make sure that we don't do that. We got really good players. We've played good defense, and we're going to continue to play good defense, and our guys understand that. And I think it's important for everybody to understand that these guys have a lot of pride, and they're going to get even closer because of this, and they're going to play well. And our best players are going to step up. And the guys who haven't played a lot, that's been our job all year to develop those guys. So in situations like this, they're going to step up. And we're going to play hard, and we're going to coach hard, and we're going to do everything we can to win. So that's my take on all this. But this is press on, full speed ahead, and we're ready to go.
So your other players saw the TV coverage of him coming from Dallas to Green Bay. Some of them maybe played against him, but what has he done for your other players that maybe have made them improve, by the way, either he was in meetings or in the practice field?
I think it's what you see on tape. It's how hard he plays. It's how hard he strains. It's how he tries to set edges. He tries to rush the passer. He gets off blocks. He runs after the quarterback. I mean, it's just exactly what you see on tape, But we got a lot of guys like that. I mean, we got guys who have been doing that around here for a long time. Guys like Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper and Xavier McKinney and Rashawn Gary and all those guys. I mean, that's what they've done. And we've played good defense, and we'll continue to play good defense. Are we going to miss Micah? Yeah, we're going to miss Micah. Absolutely. But we've got good players who are ready to go. And that's the whole mindset right now. And they know that. And they take pride in that. And I think they're looking forward to this. Look, we're getting ready to play. We're 4-0 in our division, right? We beat the Bears a week ago. We didn't play well enough. With or without Micah, we didn't play well enough on Sunday. I mean, that's the truth. I didn't coach good enough. We didn't play good enough, and we lost the game, right? But we got guys that are getting ready to go in there 4-0 in the North with a game in Chicago to go put us up in the North, and that's all they're focused on right now. And I can't wait for it.
Jeff, just getting back to Micah real quick, the sack record, like as in the NFL sack record?
Let's go. Watch.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
And I think Micah will stand by and sit there with me. I mean, he's the type of guy. Give Micah adversity, watch what happens. Give our defense and give our team adversity, and watch what happens. And we'll find out.
That's regardless of if he misses games or not.
We'll see when he comes back.
Okay.
So last year you were like 6th in points allowed, something like that. So obviously you played really good defense last year. I'm not asking for the game plan stuff, but what did you like about how you played defense last year that maybe you can take into
Just like the play style. I like the fundamentals and technique. I like how we tackled. I liked how we got off blocks. I like how we competed. I like how we ran to the ball. We have good players that made plays, you know. Every year is different, right? We evolved last year and found out who we were. We thought we were going to be something different coming into the season. We evolved. We played really good defense this year, you know, and we'll continue to do that.
Jeff, it's obviously your job to go forward and create this new plan without Micah. How long does it take you when you see, knowing his significance, he goes down to get to that point? I mean, is there a grieving point? Is there, oh my goodness, this happened? What goes through your mind when you see that?
Yeah, I'm upset for the player. I mean, like I said, I care about these guys, and to see Devontae Wyatt's out, right? He's been out for the year. That's upsetting to me, right? We have other guys. Van Ness hasn't played a whole lot this year, and you know those are upsetting. Mike is out. It's the same thing. But my responsibility is to this defense and to the Green Bay Packers. And now we got really good players in the room that we need to lead and we need to coach and we need to press on. So certainly it's upsetting. And did I have a few moments where, yeah, it was seeing Micah and looking him in the eye and seeing him sitting there. That's hard. It'd be hard for anybody who cares about somebody. I mean, I love the guy. But then you wake up and you get back to work and you have to move on. I mean, that's part of the job. And, you know, I think it's maybe helped. I mean, maybe my time at BC, you know, I was thinking back to adversity. There is adversity when you're a head coach. You get stuff that comes at you every single day. And you have hard moments, right? And you learn that, I mean, you just got to keep moving forward. And when you are the leader, I mean, people are going to look to you and how you respond to things. And that's how I'm looking at our players right now, our coaches right now. And it is go forward to the Bears as hard and as fast as we can. And I've got all the confidence in the world of the guys in the room right now.
Jeff, if this is dumb, please tell me.
Dude, I've known you now for 2 years. You have not asked me one dumb question.
It's the first time for everything.
Now, if this one is dumb, I'm just not going to respond. You'll just see me turn over here and turn my head.
Should have been here the last 28 years before you.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Didn't seem
All right,
necessary.
come on, give me a shot at this one.
So, from January to August 27th, you are building a defense that does not have Micah Parsons on it.
Yeah.
And then you get him, and you told us about all your stuff you came up with. Is there? It sucks that you lost him. You wish you had him.
Yeah.
Is there anything from the experience of building your defense that you didn't know you were going to have this guy, this transformative player? Is there anything useful that comes out of those 8.5 months that now can apply, or is that not true?
There's a lot. That's a great question. So yes, there is a lot, but I'm not going to tell you any of those things. And I know you don't expect me to tell you any of those things. I mean, but all right, so the way I look at it, and I've said this to you guys before, I don't have a playbook where I say, this is the playbook, this is we're running because we have the people in this room. Here's what I believe my job is to do. Figure out who's in the room and how to put those players in the best position to succeed. And each week, figure out the best way to win the game. And that's what I believe is my job to do as the defensive coordinator. So if we have a certain player with a skill set, I need to figure out how to use it to take advantage of what we need to do to win. Different players, whatever we need to do to win. If that's new scheme, it's new scheme. If it's putting guys in new positions, it's putting them in new positions. If it's putting certain guys in position to make more plays, that's my job. And it doesn't matter how long I have, I need to figure it out. And that's what we're looking to do.
Jeff, on that play, did you even realize that Evan got hurt on the same play? And if you aren't with, don't mean to make a joke out of it, but if you're without him, how much faith do you have in Zane and what he did last year and then this year as well if he needs to fill in?
I didn't realize that was the play. No, I found out fairly quickly. I thought Zane did a really nice job in the game. I thought Zane did a really nice job when he had to come in against the Saints last year, and he started the game and he had the interception on the backside of the boot. Zane's a guy who's played great on special teams. Zane's a guy who's smart. He's been in the league for a while. Total confidence in Zane, 100%. If Evan cannot go, I have confidence in Zane and other guys to play. And I just look at the interior D-line this year, right? Look at the other guys that we've had to play with and move around, and we got to develop these players, and that's this league. It's still a developmental league in a lot of regards, and we got to get guys ready to go. And that's a great example of what Ryan Downard and DA have done to make sure Zane was ready to go in that moment, and he did a nice job.
Jeff, do you have to have a fairly flexible game plan this week? Because, I mean, you've been playing all these weeks with Micah and knowing how teams are going to block him or try to block him, and now all of a sudden he's gone, do you have any idea how teams are going to approach your defense now?
Sure, you watch film and you see how they play against other teams, and you kind of compare and watch, and you have a plan on how you think they're going to play against us. You know, we played against them a week ago. There's certain things that worked well against us. There's certain things that did not work well against us. There's certain things that we better correct, or they're going to try to attack us again. There's certain things they did well against the Browns last week in similar situations. There's certain things they did against the Eagles, and I mean, that's pretty much how you have to game plan.
And from your standpoint, if you're not getting the rush you normally get with Micah Parsons, is that part of the flexibility too, that you have to do something?
Yeah, even if we weren't getting rushed with Micah, there's other ways you have to have answers. You can't just count on one thing. So certainly, whatever it takes for us to do, if that requires getting pressure, whatever we need to do to get pressure. If we got to stop the run, whatever it takes to stop the run. So to answer your question, yes, absolutely.
Is it feasible, you know, it's week 16, and you have the off-season plan, but it's been 3 months.
You guys love the off-season stuff. This is like we could write a book now. We go, we didn't think we had Micah, we got Micah, now there is no Micah. So we're moving on to that, so go ahead.
Yeah, is it feasible, without getting into the details, to make wholesale changes in scheme this late in the year, when you've been playing one way for months now?
Anything's possible, so we'll see.
How do you, I'm not saying you're doing this, but how do you pull, what's the key to pulling that off if you do need to make a dramatic?
Well, it's how we teach, right? It's words, it's tweaking calls, it's tweaking words within the call to do different things. It's how we built a system part to whole where you can move pieces around very quickly. It's not, let me try to explain this. When we built the scheme, the way I like to teach is in part to whole. Right? So you learn this, you learn this, you learn this, you learn this. And before you even learn a call, you learn this technique, you learn this technique, you learn this technique, you learn this technique. Right? You say you're a linebacker, right? And now everybody learns those techniques so we can start moving pieces around in calls and do different things. That gives us flexibility to change fairly quickly. Does that make sense?
Jeff, what are the coaching points that you emphasize when it comes to Caleb Williams' elusiveness in the pocket, where it just seems often this season guys will even have an actual hand on him and not get him down?
Yeah, he's hard to tackle. You can't just run full speed and try to launch at him. You can't go high on him because he's strong. You gotta, it's like tackling somebody in the open field. You gotta kind of come to balance and not just take a shot, because he'll duck and he'll miss and he'll spin one way. He loves to go out to our left, his right, and he makes a ton of plays doing that. So you need to know where you are on the field. Obviously, their boot game's been very successful with him getting the edge on people. And just think it's how you approach him when you're about to tackle him, and how many people we can get to the ball and how hard we run to the ball, because that's what it's going to take. But he's done a really nice job this year of getting out on the pocket and making a ton of plays. Even last week, the ball he kind of threw behind in the end zone was a good throw and catch because he was on the run. And if you really look back to our game, the explosive plays that they hit, one, we blitzed, it looked like we had him, he rolled out to his right. McDuffie was on a guy in the flat, then he kind of spun up, and McDuffie lost him, and he threw a great throw. And then later in the last drive of the game, I'm just kind of visualizing this right now, he rolled out to our left, and the guy came all the way across the field. We almost had him, and he threw a really nice pass on the run there. So those were the two big plays of the game. I mean, we got to try to limit that as much as we can. He's a good player making plays, and we're going to have to coach it really well, and we're going to have to play it well in the game.
In a practice leading up to when you hosted the Bears here, was Mike out there with a football kind of doing an impression of Caleb?
There were a lot of guys doing an impression of Caleb. Yeah, we had linebackers, and it wasn't doing an impression. We were just trying to simulate in each position drill, guys just moving around to try to contain him, just like we would do with any rushing quarterback.
But it seems like Caleb's doing a better job of being more decisive in his rollouts to get to a launching point.
I think he's done a really good job in the pocket. I think he's done a good job in his play action game, and I think he's done a good job of rolling out and keeping his eyes down the field and trying to make those throws. So all of the above.
He's a guy that can make you cover a lot longer, a lot more often than other quarterbacks. How's it different when you got to cover that long? Do the rules change at all on the back end, or what is different about that?
Yeah, you got to stay in coverage longer. You got to plaster. You got to find your man. If he starts to scramble and there's a man in your zone, you got to cover him. And it could be for 12 seconds because he's going to run around and make plays. So every play, it's going to be a strain to stay on your guy as long as you can until the whistle's blown, just like any other mobile quarterback. Anybody else? One more?
What do you think of what you've gotten from JJ so far, and how much, again, he can't replace Micah, but how much can he help you with a little more opportunity?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up JJ. I think JJ's played really well. I mean, really well. Setting the edges, making key plays, like the one he did making the Bears game on a 3rd and 1 when he tackled the back behind the line. I think he's rushed really well. I think he's been a great teammate. He's practiced hard. I think he's done a really good job. And, you know, in that group, you know, I talked about RG last week, and like I said, there's just going to be other guys that get some more opportunities. And I think my biggest message is that as I kind of close this out is we're all upset about Micah. Like, I get it. I would be upset about any of our players, and I understand the magnitude that we're all talking about. At the same time, this is a confident defense. It's a prideful defense with a lot of good players. And if we have to adapt and we have to change and we have to do other things, we will. And if we don't, we won't. But we're going to play hard. We're going to run to the ball. We're going to tackle. We're going to get off blocks. And we're going to do everything we can to win games, period. And this group is not wavering at all, and we're not going to allow that to happen.